lifetime in repeat.
Hello everybody, welcome to my first Let's Play. This is Ep1 Gaming and we are on Gold Rush the game. This isn't my first day of playing this. I've tried to record many videos but they seem to be going wrong. So I will walk you through what I've done initially to start the game, and then we'll go over and show you what I've got now. So first of all, you start in the town where at our claim. This is I can't remember what it's called now, but this is the first claim I rented, and you start off with $200 and something. You need to buy a sluice, 2 mats and a hog pan. This one's got the pump. That'll be your next upgrade after buying these this extension and 2 more mats for your sluice. You start off with this and the pan. You will need to buy some buckets to clean off the mats from inside there. I will show you what you do with this soon. They're currently with 6% in them, so I'll just show you real quick what you do with the mats. So first of all, you need to get your bucket, go to the stream, and you need to fill it up with water. Put it down, get out your mats, which roll up like that. You'll notice that if you hover your mouse over it, goes black. That's when you dip it. And you press E, and you can dip these, I think 2 times. Like, you can, if there's 100% in each of them, you can dip them twice. But because it's only 6%, you can only dip them once, which is fine. So there's really not going to be a lot of gold in this. But that's alright, because I'll show you what you can get up to once you made a bit more money in the game. So put that back there. So what you do is you pick up your gold bucket, you dip them in the pan. Put the bucket down, pick up the pan, see there's some dirt in there. So let's go and have a look, see what gold we've got. So you go into this, standard buttons, me is a left mouse click to put it down, give it a little wiggle. You do this until that murky coloured water goes clear. And then you'd bring it up, tip it out a bit using your walking controls, and then tip out some of the dirt, preferably not the gold, like I just have. What that'll do. So we've got 2 bits of gold. So you'd obviously be more careful at doing this than I was just then. So you press shift and you bring up your little picking tools, and then you just simply click and I'll put it in the jar, or I'll put it in the bottle if it's too small. And once you've done that, you'll want to press shift again. You want to empty all the contents out, otherwise you can't pan the next lot. Come out of panning mode, put that back down. And then we'll put more in. So I really didn't get a lot of gold out of that because there's only 6% on the mats. So put it down a bit more, give it a shake. So there's only a few bits in here as well. And you have quite a lot of this bit to dig by hand. You can't bring any machinery down here yet. Oh, nearly wrong buttons then. I have a finger doing that, pressing the wrong buttons. It doesn't help in the slightest. Right, come off. Now you are supposed to use them ridges here to sort of keep the gold in place, but my terrible skills at gold panning, well, it doesn't really go well, does it? Okay, yeah. I find it easier just to leave them in, and then you simply just do the same. See, because that bit of gold was too small to pick up with tweezers, I picked it up with a squeezy bottle. There we go. Tip it out, and then so you'll continue doing that, and then you'll get, when you've got enough gold in there, you'll probably have to sell your ore first rather than selling the melting the gold, because you won't have enough money left after buying the sluice pan, sluice box and the hog pan and the 2 mats. So you won't have enough money. Don't buy the pan or that bucket thing there, because you don't need that. Need some white buckets. So I bought a load of spares after I made my first big bit of money. Probably don't need most of it. It's always good to have these in spares. These are hydraulic pipes for your excavator, and this is the one you start off with. This is a hog pan, no pump. And so what you'd do is you'd need 2 buckets. So you need 1 bucket to fill up with water to then put there to rinse through the mats. Now, the only reason I got it like that is because the pump, which this does. So if I start that, I'll show you real quick. So yeah, that puts water in and runs it down there, cleaning the mud that's in there. I'll just show you quickly. Bring up my spade, get a bit of dirt, and then do that, and then if you come up here, go down there, look, see. So that's what you do with that. You do start off with a truck, mine's somewhere on my claim somewhere, and we'll find that shortly. So this is a caravan you get to sleep in. Take a quick look at that. So you don't actually get to go inside, but you just get to sleep to dawn off an hour or go back. We're going to go back now because it's only 10 to 2 in the afternoon and we don't need to go to sleep just yet. As you can see in the background over there, that's my equipment, but we'll go to that in a moment. So to run that plant over there, I've got the long water hose. It's got a filter on it. Now, I didn't know about this filter until I watched Frithgar. I've been following his videos all along, but that's a water filter, so obviously it cleans your water and stops all the mud going out when it goes into this pump. It's also handy when you've got the money is to keep a jerry can next to each pump that needs diesel to run. That make it a lot easier and quicker to fill them up, so you ain't got to carry from one to the other. Now here is initially where I had that mobile wash plant set up. That was here. That was good, but I've already dug this big section here, and so I decided to move it, but I left my magnetite separator and wave table here, and also a spare jerry can of diesel. I've got quite a few diesel cans lying about the claim. That's because I got all them before I brought the mobile fuel trailer, which I'm going to show you now. Well, very first set up my mobile wash plant was here. I thought it'd be a good place, but then I realised I had to keep travelling down here. As you can see, all these little pit marks. There's not really much in it. It was a slow process for the excavator, driving all the way back up here just to tip it. So I moved it down after watching Frithgar, and then again after watching Frithgar, I moved it up there. Excuse me. So this is the mobile fuel tank. It costs quite a bit to fill up, but it's best to have one of them if you've got an excavator or another bit of big machinery, because it takes so much fuel to run them, and quite a few jerry cans to fill it up. So this is the magnetite trailer. This is where you put your magnetite, which you get out of the magnetite separator, which is down there. It's just called dirt on the buckets underneath, and tip it in there, and you can sell that at a warehouse, which I'll show you in another episode. I also have brought a trailer. It's a large trailer. I think it's just over $3,000. It comes in handy when you go into the store in town, just to collect loads of stuff, really, so you can bring more back in than what you would in your pickup. So I haven't done that much digging in the sense of, like, this claim is massive, and I'll show you that in a minute. That was a mistake I made whilst recording the last episode that I haven't got to air because my recording's messed up. Here's the truck. There you are, look, see I've got spares in the back there. And if we go up here, this is 1 bucket of gold that's come out of the wash plant. As you can see, I've got quite a few buckets here, and that's because I aim to fill all them up and see how much gold I get from that. This is a clean, fresh bucket I put in just before recording, and this is the hole I've dug so far over here, which goes around here as well. I've been using the bulldozer to level off some of the ground, and hopefully we can move the mobile wash plant to somewhere else, because we have spares like hoses. We can go and buy a spare pump. I've got a spare pump down at the first dig site that you do with a spade. So yeah, I've been flattening off a little bit of this area, playing about. Now, I bought that not knowing that you had to upgrade your site parcels. It cost $50,000 to do it. So I got a loan and I bought that, not realising this. So then I had that sat, I guess, in storage for a day or so until I'd made enough money to pay the £50,000 so I could have the excavator and this. And again, if you want another big bit of machinery on here like that, you have got to upgrade again, which is alright. You'll notice a different colour of the dirt here to here. That's because with this soil here, I have used the bulldozer at the back here. And then this is just normal soil that's ready to be dug. Now your claim goes from right down there all the way around past some wood logs up to that tree line there that you can see. This is all your claim, and as you've seen from this hole, you can go quite far down as well. Oh no, a bucket fell down. Oh, excellent, good job. They're only $5. It doesn't really matter. I do have one person working for me, some 900 and something pounds a day, but he is earning me gold. The gold you see in the top right hand corner, I have not dug any of that. That's because it's in here. This is my excavator. This is a small excavator, the first one that I bought. It's alright. I like using it. My problem is when I'm using the boom arm to go in and out, I quite often press the E key, which obviously gets you in and out of vehicles. So if you see me getting out of the vehicle when I'm still gold mining and I haven't turned the engine off, it's probably why. So let's well, first of all, we need to go and start off all the pumps. So the way we get this running is you have to go right over to the first pump at the front here. I find it a bit quicker to jump sometimes. So we'll start this, and there should be a fuel can. So we'll get this at 100% before we start. So that means a good day mining. So you have to put it on and off. Pull that over, make sure that's working. That's good. Let's go to the next one. There should be a fuel can here. Yep. Let's get that on 100%. Take it off. We'll go around the front and we'll start this one. This pump also runs water, which is going down the small hose to these two. I don't think I've got my hose splitter in place, but I need to go and pick up my hose splitter, and so we can have both of them running at the same time, so I have to keep changing the cables. But changing the cables is an option. As you can see, look, I've got one here that changes it for one of them over there. And let's start this one. Let's fill it up first. Let's go. Yeah, that small cable, believe it or not, that small cable runs the wash pan up here. It's mad. I do need to tidy up my claim a little bit, because I've got some spares everywhere. Let's start the generator. I also have a floodlight as well, just when I'm working, when I'm doing a graveyard shift, so to speak. Let's go in here. I find it best to pan out like this with my camera. It's just personal preference. It's just so that I can see everything I'm digging, and I can see the wash pan as well. I still have the yellow guideline on as well. That helps me when I'm tipping stuff into here, because we don't want to waste gold really. Although there's a lot of it and it's a big claim. Wasting gold isn't the way forward, is it? I mean, that's the whole idea of the game. So we'll do it. I'd like to know if anyone has actually completed doing these claims. I've been playing it for about 3 or 4 days in real life. And I'm on day 14 in game. I've watched a few videos online, mainly from Frithgar, just because he was the first one I'd seen. So I thought I'd check him out and check out what he does. And I quite enjoy his videos. Oh, what am I doing? Come on. Let's get a full bucket. There's no point going around with. Oh, just change the controls there. See, I keep pressing the wrong buttons. I press the shift key then to put me back into driving mode. See, I've changed it. So we go up and then tip. From what I've played so far, I'm still enjoying it. Oops, go down a bit. And every day is a challenge. which is good, because what's a game without a challenge? I mean, we're nearly at 1 ounce now that my staff has got for me, and I'm eager to see what 8 buckets is going to get me. I think it averages, I've worked out to be about I think 10 ounces per white bucket, which is quite good, I think. Oh, I haven't turned on the wash plant, so it's a bit of a schoolboy error, but I'm filling it up, so it's 100% now. Just jump out quick. Start on there. There we go. That'll process that quite quickly. It does kind of give you a bit of a head start, but not much. Get more. What I find handy as well is if you find your boom arm stuck down there and you can't see, just hold the grab button to the bucket curl in, and then tap up, which is W, standard controls. Like now it's stuck. Tap up, and I should have some in there. If not, you do get empty buckets, but I've got half a bucket, so it's not the best. Let's go down here. Obviously try not to dig up your wash pan, that wouldn't be a good thing to do, because you wouldn't want that falling down the hole. But I'm sure, if there's anything like Gold Rush the series, you'll be able to sort it out. You know, you'll be able to pick it up with the excavator and some tow ropes, which I have. I don't need them yet, but I've got them. If you can't see and you want to know if you've got something in there, you can just open the bucket a little bit, see what you got in there before you're coming up. I'm simply just digging around the parameter of where I can reach for my excavator, and then I will move when I've run out that I can't get down any further. The way I set up my wash plant as well, to make sure that my arm can reach it nice distance, so we're keeping away from the wash plant itself, and hopefully we don't bash into it. I have done a few times, or I've got it wrong and I've tipped the gold and the dirt over the edge. Obviously gold waste isn't the way to go. We will hopefully fill up a couple of buckets in this episode. If not, then I'll carry it on in tomorrow's episode, and then we can see how much we get for all 8 buckets. And also it'd be interesting to see how much magnetite we get out of 8 buckets as well, because that is sellable. And the way the trailer works is every 2 buckets is 100%. So you can go and sell it when you put 2 buckets of magnetite in, which is good. Only half a bucket that I have to do. Oops, it's the wrong button again. See, I won't. So at 30-something%, the way I line it up here to know where to tip is just by looking at the top of the wash plant where the water is, and then seeing where the yellow grid is. I mean, that's gone a little bit over the edge, but there's plenty more. And I'll be digging up that area soon anyway, so it's not actual gold loss as such. It's just a bit of an annoyance. Hold on, I'm stuck. There we are. Alright, come on, up. Yeah, there we go. So we are at 38% now on the bucket. So we have 1 bucket done already. I think we'll probably end up moving in a minute, just so I can get a bit more of the dirt that I've already pushed up with the dozer. Oh, wrong button again. It is a long process for the old excavator. I've not upgraded further than this just yet. I only rent the 1 claim. I haven't brought it yet because it's $600,000, and I don't have that kind of money. I only have 37 up there in the corner, which goes down because I've got a member of staff working for me. Obviously we pay his wages, and he collects gold for us. But I would like to own this claim so that I have to keep paying out royalties to the claim owner. Because obviously the more gold I find, if I own the claim, it's more money for me. And that's the aim of the game, finding gold, earning money. So and I'm going to look at other claims soon in the series, just because that they have better gold content than what this does. This is the lowest one you can get, and I'd like to get some high content. There's a lot of money to buy the claim and also to rent it. But if you put in the work at the claim, I suppose you could own it, you know, or rent it, because you'll be getting the money that you need to pay the royalties. Now, with this one, you can have a day or two of setting things up after collecting your first lot of gold, because you'd have enough gold to pay the royalties on the claim. So I spend pretty much a day in the game of just setting up the wash plant up here. Just you have to move all the cables, the wires, the hoses, the generators, and the water pumps. And it's good practice to try and get your cables sort of straight, rather than like kinks and stuff like that, because then if you have your cable straight, it goes further. Obviously you ain't got to make several little kinky turns or pointless turns that it doesn't need to. Although mine aren't exactly massively straight, they're straight enough, they reach, and it's absolutely no problem. I will show you a town on this episode, hopefully, if I run out of time before. I'll just go and cash in the 2 buckets of gold that I've got, and then we'll start again off screen, so that I can fill up all 8 buckets, and then that'll be the start of another episode. So for this one, what I plan to do is just fill this bucket up, then we'll pop into town, go to the blacksmith, smelt it, and sell it to the bank, and see what we come up with. I am planning on getting a DLC for this, just not yet, but as soon as I get it, I'll let you guys know. There's some stuff you can get from the machinery shop that you can only get with the DLC, so obviously I've got to get that. You know, that there's bits of machinery that I'd like to use on one of my claims when I get to hopefully rent or own another. That is tedious work, going backwards and forwards, but you know, if you don't put in the effort, you don't get the gold. So gotta do something, you know. Hopefully I can clear this claim by the time I finish playing it. It'd be interesting to know if anyone has actually cleared the claim already. The videos I was watching from Frithgar were from, I think, February. We're in March now that I'm recording, at the end of March. So a few things have changed since I was watching these videos, like the price of things. Like he bought his claim quite cheaply. This claim's quite expensive, or I consider it expensive anyway to buy it. So I haven't bought it, mainly because I don't have the money to buy it. And I prefer, if I can, not to take a loan from the bank. Although I've had 2 loans from the bank. Just if you do want to or need to take a loan out of the bank, just be aware of how much you've got to pay daily on it. And then you've got to make sure you've got that money in the bank, because it will stick you in a minus. That's happened to me once. Since then I haven't been negative in the bank, which has been handy, because obviously paying the rent and that, I don't have to pay the loan back now, because you now have the option to pay off the loan early, which is great, because if you make a good bunch of cash one day, of a half bucket, you can pay it off on that day. You don't need to worry about having to pay that daily fee. So I don't know if it works out cheap or not. I've not really looked, paid it off, because I didn't want to keep paying it. So you know, I think it was only a small loan of like 12 or 14,000, something like that. Just to make sure I could get the bulldozer, and still have some change left in case I needed some spares or fuel on the way. I definitely need the fuel, because now I'm running 2 large vehicles, and that obviously costs fuel. So this one's got about 3/4 of a tank, yeah, roughly about 3/4 of a tank, and it takes quite a lot out of that fuel trailer to fill it up, which is probably in real life sense, because big tanks, big machines use a lot of fuel. what are we on now then? We are on 87% at the minute. 88. Let's carry on to see if we can get 100 and then we'll go and cash them in. It's 20 to 6 at night now. My work has earned me just over an ounce of gold. That's reasonable. Probably not for the amount that I pay them, to be honest, because that's just 1 day's pay for them. Almost. Just under 1 day's pay. Sorry, just over 1 day's pay for them. So I should expect more from them, really. But it's the way the game is. Something else I've noticed about the game as well is that the workers, you can assign them to any piece of machinery, but you can still use the machinery they're assigned to, and you can't see the staff. It just puts your gold up, you can't see it. It'd be nice to see the workers actually working on the claim with you, or being able to invite your friends over to your claim to make a super claim. I think that'd be quite good. Make it a bit of a multiplayer, because on Gold Rush series it's not just one person, you know, it's real life, so you can see all of it, and this is quite a realistic game. What we're on 99. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to tip a little bit of dirt in there so I can process it to 100%. There we go. That's all it needed. So close that back up. Safety first. Let's put that there. Turn off the machine. Out we get. Turn it off. Pick that up. And we'll put it over here with this one. We'll just go and turn off all the pumps and come back and get my truck. Just don't get stuck. You also get stuck quite easily on stuff like this, like mud and little lumps and stuff like that, and like little lumps and bumps. You get stuck on it. It's really quite annoying, because in real life you could just step over it. Something else as well is you can only carry one thing, like say for instance the white bucket. Now in real life I'm sure I can carry more than one of them white buckets with or without handles, so that is quite annoying. I'm just going to run the gold down here, just be quicker than getting in, starting up and driving up here. So I'm going to have to buy another white bucket. So actually no, I'll just get that one out of the hole. It should be easy enough. Let's go with that. And go with this. Right. So I need to go over to there, because you can't sell out the bucket, unfortunately. Don't know why my camera's like that. Never have it like that. Let's just pipe over here. Just run over all the hose pipes. Sure, it'll be fine. Turn off, get out. Right, so do always make sure that you have 2 buckets. I have made a mistake once where I only had 1 bucket under there and I lost half a bucket's worth of gold. What am I stuck on? Right, so I need to take that one off that feeds the wash plant. I need to put this one on and start it. I'll turn these pumps off for nothing because I need this to use the other table, so start them back up. My mistake again. And start that one. So that's going to supply the water to my tables down here. Also, all these supply. Oh yeah, I forgot how I wired them up then. So yeah, so now they've both got it. So let's start this up. Oh, I said start this up. Oh, what's wrong then? Oh no, I forgot. I need the generator running because that's what this big black cable's for. Let's start. Take that. See what I've done with this, because only 2 of them, I've used a power splitter. So you run the big cable into this, and then you can run 4 yellow cables up, because on the generator you can only run 1 yellow slot. Right, so that's where we started. So pick that up, and you're seeing the 41%. Now that's magnetite, the stuff you can sell at the warehouse, and the other bucket there, that's the gold. So let's see, normally average is about 90% out of one of them. What you do is just in there, not on the edge, preferably inside. So it's good to wait until it pops up in the left hand corner to say that it's finished. Right now. Then take that away, put it down, put the empty bucket in there. Just so you can do this in one bucket, but you might as well process this one whilst you're processing the other one. This one here, in the wave table. Oh, I forgot to turn it on. Flick on the wave table, and then in the top right you'll see the gold going up. You can see little bits of blingy gold. Right, so the magnetite separator, that's finished now. That's at 89% on the gold, so we turn that off now, so we don't need that on now. And then take this one out, place it with that empty one. Yeah, we've got this empty one. So there we go, we've got 9 ounces out of that, just about. And let's see what we get out of this one. And this is the process you do when you're selling. This is opposed to the upgrade to panning is doing this. Obviously making more money if you get that, so definitely get that and that. Try and get them together. This is $6,000. Quite expensive. So that was about 12 ounces in there, just under. So now we've got that, we don't need to take anything with us. Although it'd be good to put this bucket back in the truck so we can take it back up to the excavator and the wash plant. Then I just need to go and turn all this equipment back off, and then we'll head into town real quick before the episode ends. Just turn that off, and then turn the other two off. I'll take my stuck again. I'll take my truck to turn them two off. That's my timer. Right, so we'll have to end the episode in a moment. Oh, diff lock. Turn diff lock on when you're on the soil, it's so much easier. Come on. Right, that'll do. Turn this one off. Always remember to put the handbrake on as well, definitely helps. Otherwise you'll find your vehicle rolling down wherever you are. Right, let's go. Oops, turn that off, wrong button again, look. Right, so we'll head off into town. This is, I'm not sure if this is the closest one to town, but it's quite close. As opposed to like the town, which I see Frithgar on, he bought that claim. And there's quite a distance from there. You can quite easily lose control of your vehicle as well. I've heard you're able to pop your tyres and stuff like that. I have 2 spare wheels in there, my little tent where you start. That's where you sell the magnetite right there. I can't remember how much it is for a full trailer, just because I haven't had a full trailer. I think it's 90% I had in there. I can't remember how much I got for it. So my computer always struggles and has to load in here, just because I don't have the recommended graphic settings. And it gets there. Here we are. Let's go around the journey then. I'll show you where you start down in the town. I'll show you that in a second. Oh, it's running real again. It'll load again in a second after we go around this corner. Watch now, I don't crash. You can lose your bonnet as well. You'll notice the stuff in the back hasn't moved about while we've been driving. That's because it locked itself in place, which is quite handy, especially when you fill it up. I have dropped a couple of things. That's just telling me to turn off my diff lock. Alright, so this is a blacksmith's. Try not to crash. So we're going to smelt our 22 ounces there, look. You can sell ore, you can sell it, but At the minute it's £1,188 for smelting it if you sell it as a gold bar per ounce, and if you sell it all it's just 840 per, that's 0.9 of an ounce. Info, so this is how much I've smelted so far. I ignore all that, there's no point even looking at that. So we'll go to craft, we're going to select all the gold we've got, which is 22.5 ounces, it's going to cost £225, and we're going to lose 2.2 ounces of gold. So melt the gold, you get a lovely gold bar, look at that. Now you can leave this anywhere, you don't actually have to have it on you to sell it, as long as it's in the game, and it's showing it's yours, you can go and sell it at a bank. Or at least that's what it was in the videos I've watched. It could be different now, I've not tried it, I don't want to lose any gold, especially that amount of gold. Also, if you do hire workers, it's good to make sure you have the money in your account to pay them each day, because if you don't pay them, they walk off site. That's losing you gold. So I don't even bother turning my engine off anymore to sell my gold, there's no point, I've got enough fuel. So we go into here, so this is where you rent your first one from, it's rented. To buy it, it's $600,000. Now that is a lot of money, especially when the gold content is low. So that's Old Arnold Parcel, that's what it was called, and that's where we are. Then you got Rivertown, Pine Valley and Nighthawk Valley. I really want to get on this one because of the very high gold content. Loans, obviously you take a loan out, I can get a loan of £282,000 now. That's because I've obviously been playing and I've got a bit of money in the bank. You can select the amount of days you have it over. Only get one if you really need one. Stock market, it just obviously tells you good when it's going up and down. And finally sell gold bars, so we'll get $24,293 for this one. So we'll sell that. Back there you go, so added my total already. That is, I've got $61,149. That is the end of this episode. In the next one we will see the shop and the fuel station. Thank you very much for watching.